Welcome along to PukuPlan, the world's leading travel, trip, and adventure planner. This short demo will cover trip planning, basic itineraries, adventure pack trips, trip routes, and adding activities in PukuPlan. Shown here is PukuPlan's main home screen. This is the starting point for all of your adventures. These panels represent the many different things you can do in PukuPlan. At this point, it's worth noting that you can manage your trip from device to device. Start online on your computer, move to your Android, then to any Apple device, phone, or tablet, and PukuPlan always has your trip and where it's up to. PukuPlan is 100% platform and device independent. This is why you won't find PukuPlan on any app store. Simply start from our website, click the orange Experience PukuPlan button, then sign on, then importantly install and add PukuPlan to your home screen. It's then a mobile application on any number of your devices. From here, you can manage your trips and holidays. You can manage your trip packing lists, and even have a different packing list for each trip. You can also manage your meals, recipes, and shopping lists while on holiday or while you are camping. Here you can also customize your very own safety checklist for your trip. For example, for your caravan or your towing weights. You can see at the base of the screen we have some quick buttons. Here you can see reminders, your settings and configuration, and your profile information. Clicking the home screen icon will take you back to this PukuPlan main screen. Let's create a trip. From the main screen, select the Trip Route Planning panel. This will show the Trip Route Planning menu. From here, you have the option to join and participate in your groups or shared trips. We will click the My Trips panel to create a new trip. Here you will see in white the trips you have created. In yellow are trips you have created and shared with others where they can help you plan the trip. The green items are trips that people have shared with you. These two happen to be two samples that are available to all users to be able to view. Any trips your friends share with you would also appear in green on this screen. By viewing these samples, you will see that PukuPlan is very well suited to both local Australian camping trips or hoteling your way through any country. You can also add adventure pack trips into your plan. Let's start by creating our trip. It would be lovely to do a trip up the West Coast. We'll call the trip West Coast Holiday. And we'll set some dates of when we expect to be away. You can see here that PukuPlan has added a new trip to our trip list. At any time using this menu, we can attach packing lists to this trip, plan the route with stops, plan activities along the way, or share this as a group trip, etc. By clicking on the West Coast Holiday Trip link, we can open and work with our new trip. There are three views: the itinerary view, the map view, and the summary view. Let's take a peek at another trip and see how our example Brisbane to Cape York trip is set up. This will help us to explore some of the PukuPlan trip functions. Shown here is a collapsed view of a typical itinerary. You can see here that some of the items, in yellow, have been marked as visited. Switching into map mode, you can see that the visited routes are shown as gray, whereas the future routes are shown on the map in green. You can zoom and move your trip route about as you wish. Each color represents a different stop you have added to your trip route, and these colors and tags are able to be configured by yourself in the settings menu. Switching to the summary view, you can see your trip's expected mileage and cost. Your car's typical fuel usage can be configured in your PukuPlan user profile. The summary view also assists you with typical driving times. You can also see any intended stop and overnight stays along the way. At the bottom, PukuPlan has had a look at your amazing holiday planning and provided a summary which may include tips and advice specific to your actual trip. Going back to the sample trip in the itinerary, we can move our stops around and sort them into the best order. By clicking the small down arrow, the stop is expanded and any nearby activities you choose previously are shown. Here we have created a trip for hiking and bush walking. We can directly add known walking tracks to our trip plan as stops. In here are also specific Australian popular holiday routes and sites also. There are over 200 funky pubs, hundreds of hiking tracks, silo art stops, big items, such as the Big Banana located in Coffs Harbour. In fact, there are over 200 big items alone built into PukuPlan, as well as known events and festivals, fishing spots, heritage items such as historic villages and museums. PukuPlan is very extensive. Once you have selected a category, you can then select one or many individual items from the list. Here we have selected 3 markets. We have the option to create a trip just with these items or the option to add them to an existing trip. We will add these to an existing trip. So we are then asked which trip we would like to add them to. We now have the option to add them to the end of the trip or to geolocate them. This is merging by location into the trip based on the best route plan. Assuming our trip had some walks already in here, PukuPlan has helped us by adding the markets in the best possible place on our route. You will see 2 of the markets are located between 2 of the 3 walks, and 1 of the markets is better located later in the route. You can go back and add more markets, pubs, heritage items, etc. This way to the existing or other trips until you have all the elements you want. Remember that PukuPlan can also plan trips outside of Australia. You can plan a trip across France, throughout Italy. In fact, anywhere. Let's take a look at other ways to add even more stops and activities to a trip plan. We will look for a hotel near Venice, along with and nearby activities, for example. We start in the trip itinerary screen by clicking the Add Stop button. We are then presented with the Add Stop screen. This screen is very powerful and smart. Here you can add camps from PukuPlan's extensive database, which may be updated by campers all over the world. Or you can search for hotels, motels, lodging, even marinas, and boat anchorages worldwide. For example, you could type in boat anchorages near Miami, and PukuPlan will instantly find them for you. You can also search for a specific location using the address or the latitude and longitude points. Here we will look for a nice hotel in Venice. We click the Hotel Search button and type in Hotels in Venice. Note you could also type Hotels near to Venice, and PukuPlan is smart enough to understand exactly what you are doing. Within seconds, we have a list of all available hotels in Venice. We can choose one of these items. The carnival sounds lovely. I really think I will select that one. PukuPlan quickly validates the address and location. At your leisure, you can paste in photos of the hotel if you like, or enter dates of your stay, etc. Again, we can manually move the hotel to another place along our route. By clicking the Add Activities button, we've asked PukuPlan to go and find all the activities within 100 kilometers that we may like to visit. These can be other hotels, museums, restaurants, or simply popular tourist attractions. You can see here a list of great things to do near the Carnival Hotel. There is some great-looking things in here. I'm going to select more than one. You can see now that these great activities have been added to the Carnival Hotel stop for us to explore. Oops, sorry, I said us. I'm really wanting to go on this trip with you now. Anyway, whether you decide to take me along with you or not, I really hope that has given you a peek at the basic trip planning functions of PukuPlan. Head to our website and you can start using PukuPlan right now. Have a fantastic day and a great trip.